It's a new year for UNI Athletics. On this edition of Panther Sports Talk, we talk Missouri Valley Conference basketball with Coach Jacobson. We spotlighted two-time NCAA qualifying wrestler who's back in the Panther lineup. Give you an update on the women's swimming and diving program, preview a big event for the UNI Athletics department, and we feature a senior guard leading the women's basketball team. Panther Sports Talk starts right now.